Doom, 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 doom. What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay. Thursday, NBA Talk with Jay, man. Coming off a nice day, but as I always say, it doesn't really matter what happened yesterday. We're always in the present. We're always trying to get some cash. It's about the present. It's about the future as well, guys. So whether good day or bad day, no real reason to harp on it. It's all about today, Ronald. We got 4 games. We got our guy Ronald Cabank here with us as well, man. At UCapper Sports. Let's cap on YouTube. What's up with you, Ronald? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Yeah, everything's pretty good. This week's been going pretty well. Yesterday, I think just like you, we did pretty well. 4-2 yesterday. Hopefully we just keep going in that direction, man. We want to keep these dubs coming.
Let's keep them going, my brother. We all trying to get this cash here, my guys. Let's keep it going today, man. Man, I can't say I went out and enjoyed myself last night, man. I ain't myself. I mean, I'm still good, but damn, I don't really feel that good. But a little too many drinks last night, man. But it's all good. Like I said, we got to celebrate the wins, Ronald,
Yes,
because shit,
sir.
when I lose, I be pissed off, bro. I can't lie to you. So shit, when I win from now on, I'm celebrating every single time, my guy. But let's keep it going here today, man. We got 4 games. We're gonna break it down. If you like the show, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff here, Ronald. Let's get to it. First game up, we're heading over here to the streets of Orlando here, where we have the Magic here getting 3.5 points at the house versus the New York Knicks in this one. Open up at 2.5, touch 4. Then, like we were
hmm
discussing before the show, Mitchell Robinson did get what downgrade to questionable in this one. And it doesn't surprise me because he did bang his knee last night as well, Ronald. Do you think that the Knicks can get it done, even if Mitchell Robinson does sit out?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I like them here. I know you mentioned the second leg of back-to-back games. Mitchell Robinson probably, I think it was downgraded. So typically, when we see a downgrade on the day of, they're probably not going to end up playing.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the Knicks, they kind of own the series so far this season. I mean, 2-0 straight up and against the spread. Both of the games went under too. I'm kind of looking in that direction again. I think they go 3-0, another under game here. A lot of things are pointing in that direction for me. The Knicks have been playing some great offense post All-Star break, and they've been consistent with it too. Like not even just like post right after the break, but even the last 5 games, they're not like top 5 or whatever there was, but they moved down a little bit. But still, you can see that they're doing well in that spot. From a ranking perspective, 25th in defensive rating in the last 5 games. That's kind of where things that kind of flipped, right? Um, the other thing is the Magic. Their defensive rating is 11th, but their offensive rating is 23rd in the league. So it's kind of flip flop in the rating there as far as what they do offensively and defensively. Both in the
Mm-hmm.
top half of the league as far as pace of play, but that second leg of back-to-back games is, I think, where the things kind of slow down for the Knicks. But they're still
Mm-hmm.
efficient. Like I said, offensively, they're still efficient. Second leg of back-to-back games, 7-4 straight up, 7-3-1 against the spread, including 3-0 straight up and against the spread. If they're on the road on the second leg of back-to-back games, average combined score there is 225.7, so a little bit lower than what we see for that total at 229 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks 7-1 straight up and against the spread as road favorites, averaging 117.2, allowing 104.9. That's about a 12.3 differential there, and also combined 221.1. So again, under that total, if you add that they're going against a conference opponent, so these key games against conference opponents, 5-0 straight up and against the spread. So a lot of things pointing towards the Knicks here, even in a bad sort of schedule spot. But a
Right.
lot of the long season trends, as far as like the Magic being home dogs, it kind of points in that direction. But one thing that I did do, Magic coming off of a win, they're 2-15 straight up, also 5-12 against the spread, following a outright win. The average full game
Mm-hmm.
margin in those games minus 9.4. So I can only look towards the Knicks here and also towards the under here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm only looking this as well. Like I said, I sprinkled a little salt on them last night at 2.5. It was just a little sprinkle for me. I'd say like point 25 units, a fourth of a unit. You see what I'm saying? So it's not something that I had a super good feel. I do have a good feel in the last game, but it's just, what do you think about first quarter, first half, Ronald? Do you think that, because obviously it like that's a good way of staying away from the Knicks here as far as like possibly run out of the gas for the full game? And another thing that
Yeah.
kind of like this is, you know me, bro. I look at shit that nobody look at. So this is only the third national TV game that the Magic have had all year, in my opinion. So that, and that's another thing that's kind of pumping the brakes. That I know that the Magic might try to turn up here at the house. They got the rest advantage, they got double revenge, and it's an NBA TV game as well. So I mean, I still like the Knicks, but it's I don't know, man. What do you think about first quarter, first half, my brother? Because obviously that's when they should have the most energy in this spot. Because I
Yeah.
really, because like this, bro. there's levels to this. I don't think the Magic are on the Knicks level. The Magic can play some good basketball. They have size, but I mean, their guards, in my opinion, can't really match up with the Knicks. It's with the like if Mitchell Robinson doesn't play, they only have Hardenstein out there. Really, I mean, and Obi Toppin
Yeah.
will be coming out the bench. The Magic will have the major size advantage. So, what do you think about let's trying to get in early with the Knicks and then get out the way? Maybe first quarter, first half.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You mentioned that, on the second leg of back-to-back games, they'll probably have the most energy to begin with. And we also know how the Knicks do with double-digit leads. So there's
Mm-hmm.
even a situation where they could be up by 10 at half and kind of let it go, right? But at the same time, man, like I said, like I can't trust the Magic to win 2 games in a
Mm-hmm.
row. They
Me
haven't
too.
been doing that often. And with the line where it's at right now, I mean, 3.5, it's you still got to win by 2 possessions or whatever, but it's not a huge margin, right? You're not asking them to win by 7 or 8 or anything like that, where it comes to the point where free throws come into play or whatever. I don't know. To me, I still like them full game, but first
Yeah.
half, first quarter, it still makes sense too.
Yeah, and they are 7-3, I believe, against the spread. No, 7-3 straight, 7-4 straight up this year on a back to back. The Knicks are so
Yeah.
they are 7-4 with no rest this season. Like I say, I do think they're on a totally different level than the Magic, but I still lean Knicks first quarter, first half as well, guys. And like I said, I couldn't talk you off the full game. I did put a fourth of a unit on the 2.5. It's not the strongest of fields, guys, but I can say I do think the Knicks come out here with something early in this one, guys. Is there anything else on this one, Ronald? You want to get to the next one?
Nah, we can move on.
Let's get to the next one here. We're going to the streets of Brooklyn here, guys. Nets getting 4 points at the house versus the Cavs in this one, Ronald. Nets on a little 4-game losing streak, right? So, and what did they do in the first quarter in the last game? They were up 30-23. And I feel like if you do like the Nets, that's probably going to be the top spot for them here once again. Fourth straight home game. So they hadn't had to travel anywhere. I
Hmm.
could see them coming out here with some in the first quarter, even if they end up losing the game. So if I'm betting this game, it will be Nets in the first quarter. And what do you think about this over here, Ronald? The last game went to 224. We saw some late points in there, was some late fouls, all that type of stuff in that one.
Yeah.
Basically, it was that second half that kind of drove it over in that one. What do you think about the over, or possibly looking at the Nets early in this one? Or do you think that the Cavs can get it done here once again?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both going in opposite directions based on like their current win streak, right? Cavs win 2 game winning streak, Nets on a 4 game losing streak, but Nets are still in position to kind of, I guess put themselves in where they want to be in the playoff position, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
what one thing that I did notice though, like a lot of the current form things are telling me take the Cavs or take the under, but there's some stuff that I saw that kind of pushes me towards the Nets and the over as well. I think you mentioned your look towards the over first quarter, the Nets too, but one season like a league wide trend from 2019. So going back to 2019, when you see a home team in a situation where they're in a revenge angle, right? They're facing a team that they lost to
Yeah.
previously, and both teams on the one day of rest, so equal rest for them both. And both teams they have a winning record. So two top tier teams in this current situation. That home team won 112-73 and 4 against the spread. That's 60.5% hit rate since 2019. So that's just a situational thing. But if you look at the current season and that same spot there, it's 20-6 against the spread, 18-8 to the over. So it's really pointing towards the Nets here on the full game and also to the over a bit. That's a 79.6% hit rate this season alone.
Yeah.
So from a league wide perspective, people who watch Let's Cap, they know that I like the league wide versus the team stuff because the team stuff is more supportive, right? For me, from my experience, but so I would look towards the Nets here. I would look towards the over as well. In that same situation, the Nets actually beat the Bucks outright earlier in the season. I know that the Nets are a different team, but if you look at the other side, the Cavs lost to the Heat and the Sixers in the same situation
Mm-hmm.
as well. So we've seen it multiple times. Both of these teams have been in the situation, and we've seen it go the way that it says it's supposed to go. So I would look towards the Nets in the over. Like I said, current form says take Cavs and under, but I think situationally it's the other way around. From a prop perspective, I did like the look of Jarrett Allen double double, and if you add a block to it, you actually get it to plus money. So from a prop perspective, that would be the way that I go. Side perspective, Nets and the over.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off there, man. It seemed like the Nets made a late push in that game, man. Maybe they kind of
Yeah,
figured something out. A good punt from our guy Jarrell in the chat as well. They only went 9 for 33 from the 3 point line, so you are due for positive regression, especially when you're in your same gym as well, man. So, like I say, the Nets covered that first quarter. Last game came out with some hot 30-23. I feel like they can do that again, and I do think that they maybe kind of tried to figure things out. Like I said, I mean, shit, they had a chance to really cover that game. And that one, man, it was that late three had hit, man. So I think Nets in the first quarter is how I would bet this game. I'm probably not gonna bet this one, but Nets in the first quarter here. Let me see what the spread is. That's what I would be looking at in this one. That would be my top look in this game here. Nets in the first quarter, plus the half or plus the one. But it's not something that I bet, guys. But
mhm.
that's the way I'm looking at this game. Bounce back J spot in the revenge spot as well. Lit Nets in the first quarter. That would be my top look here, guys. Let's head over here to the streets of New Orleans here. We got the Pelicans here, laying 9 points at the house versus the Charlotte Hornets in this one, Ronald. We know that the Pelicans need to win games, right? But I mean, damn, do they have to win it by double digits? I
Which
can't
is
say
crazy. Yeah.
the Hornets do have like a formidable offense. The defense isn't always there. They are coming off a comeback win, right, versus the Pacers, where they got down 21 early in that one, come all the way back. So this is the first game on the road for the Hornets after 5 straight home games, and it's also the second straight home game for the Pelicans. Usually, my system would tell me to take the Pelicans here in the first quarter, and this, but I must say, over the full game, I'm not so sure that I want to lay 9 with the Pelicans here. This isn't the Spurs where you're going to be getting everything. You know what I'm saying? A ton of easy baskets inside. And I mean, the Spurs had basically rest half their team there. But Pelicans also head out for a 4-game West Coast road trip after this game as well. So possibly a little look ahead to their road trip. But I feel like they'll win the game. But do you think that 9 is too many here, Ronald, or can this one get ugly?
Yeah, I think that's too many points for the full game aspect, but I think you're right as far as looking at them early. So shout out to Munaf because he brought this up to me earlier because I was kind of leaning towards the Pelicans way, but he mentioned the first half there, so I dove a little bit deeper into it, and actually the Pelicans first in defensive rating post All Star break for a little bit, but then sorry, not the Pelicans, the Hornets were for a little bit, but then since Mark Williams got hurt, they were really struggling defensively, and that's the last 5 games. So what I did look at was that period from the post All Star break to right before Mark Williams got hurt. Their defensive rating was 106.4. Then in the last 5 games where they missed, it jumped to like 117.5. So that's a huge gap defensively. So
Mm-hmm.
that gives some support towards the Pelicans here. But the reason why I was looking at it earlier was more situational, right? Hornets playing on the road. First leg of back-to-back games, 1-7 straight up, 2-6 against the spread, also 6-2 to the under. But those games they didn't have Mark Williams, so I kind of take away the total from it. From the first half in those games, they're losing by an average margin of 8.6 points. And then also, if you look at them as road dogs in non-conference games, 3-7 straight up, 4-5-1 against the spread. But again, that first half margin minus 7.8. The Pelicans on the other side, if you look at them as favorites versus teams on the first leg of back-to-back games, so kind of taking advantage of the teams who have to manage minutes with their key players, 5-3 straight up and against the spread, but also taking care of business primarily in that first half. Average first half margin plus 8.1, and then actually typically losing the second half in that spot too. So kind of staying away from the full game, staying away from the second half, just focusing in
Yeah.
on the Pelicans first half.
No, that's a good point. It's definitely the first game of a back-to-back as well. The Hornets have the Mavs on deck tomorrow, guys. So they play this with New Orleans, and they're gonna fly to Dallas. I feel like Pelicans in the first quarter would be my top look in this one, man. So it's crazy because the first quarters is what I'm feeling today, man. Knicks first quarter, Nets first quarter, Pelicans first quarter. And then we got another one here as well, my guys. Let's get to the next game, guys, because this is the game of the day, in my opinion. This one, but yeah, leaning the Pelicans in the first quarter. Couldn't talk y'all Hornets full game. It's a really kind of tricky spot because the Hornets really don't really have a whole ton to play for right now. The Pelicans have everything to play for, but like I say, this is the last game before a huge 4-game West Coast road trip coming up for the Pelicans, which they know is very important as well here. So
Mhm.
I do worry about a little bit of the look ahead for the Pelicans here in land 9. I do think it's a few too many points, but the Hornets could just kind of give up towards the end of the game and look towards the next game. I think Pelicans in the first quarter will be my top look in this one, but it's not something that I bet, my guys. let's get over here to the streets of LA here, guys. I'll tell you what I did bet here. I did bet the Clippers here in the first quarter. Give me Clippers first quarter -1.5. Bounce back J spot. Man, I know nobody really would like believe this, but I think this might be a trifecta spot for the Clippers. The Thunder also have a game tomorrow versus the Lakers as well. I know they're balling out. This is another national TV game. The Thunder can ball, guys. I'll tell you that right now. SJ is low key unstoppable, man. But this is a game where the Clippers shot only 19% from three last game, Ronald. That shit is due for some positive regression. The refs were against them damn near all fucking game as well. They threw out Terrence Mann on the BS call. I think this is a little bit payback for the Clippers in this one, for the refs, all that good stuff. Man's gonna have the full game. He's one of their most important guys off the bench. I did bet the Clippers last night -2.5. I do like them in the first quarter -1.5. Top spot of the day, Ronald. What we doing here?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I did take them as well on the -3. I also took the under in this game as well. I mean, you kind of saw post All-Star break. Actually, when they first picked up Westbrook, they were really struggling to play defense. But they started to manage things a little bit better recently. If you look at their last 5 games, they're actually fourth in defensive rating at 110.3. Offensively, they're in the middle of the pack, but now they're without PG. The thing about that though, this is the first game without him since the injury. And typically, we know this. I mean, through the whole season, the key player injury, or the key player missing, or the injured player theory after that first game, the rest of the squad typically, kind of comes up to play and gets up to another level. Clippers, they've really been an under team all season long at home, 26-9-1 to the under all season long at home specifically. The other thing that I looked at too was Clippers without PG and Kawhi in, because there was some games where they both were out. But I looked at the ones with him, Kawhi in and PG out, 4-2 straight up and against the spread, but also 4-1-1 to the under. So like I said, some of those things are pointing towards the Clippers and into the under. I know the Thunder have been kind of a defensive minded team lately, but their offense has been struggling. Pretty much it's only SGA and nobody else really putting things together. But in my opinion, I think this is a Clipper spot here. Like you said, there's a revenge angle. They've already lost to them multiple times, but just situationally being at home with PG being out and the rest of the squad kind of playing up to that level, I think this is they got a lot of motivation on the Clippers side here. Obviously, the Thunder do too to make the playoffs and put themselves in position to be in there. But going back, like I said, I like these league-wide trends that go back further. Since 2017, when teams play each other in back-to-back games, like they just played on Tuesday, if the favorite lost the first matchup and then they're favored again, they typically win and cover the next game. Those games also go under as well. So this is since 2017, 106-40 straight up, 85-58-3 against the spread, 88-54-4 to the under. So that's a 72.6% win rate. And then around the 60% for the cover rate at the spread, and then also to the under. So this is just a league-wide trend. Obviously, it's not 100%, right? People will come to this and say, "Oh, you said this, you said that, and it didn't hit." But I just gave you the percentages. It's
that shit hitting today.
Yeah,
but that shit hitting today.
60% hit rate. It's a profitable trend for me for the past few years. But like I said, it's a simple situational thing. You do it, Jay, without having this data and analytics. You just know it. But bringing the numbers aspect to it kind of brings it to fruition, right? It tells you it is profitable. So it is a form of like a revenge angle. It isn't 100% guaranteed, but it's profitable, and that's the way that I'm going to look today. The Clippers and the under.
Ronald, I'd like to know the spots. I guarantee you the first quarter and first half are even better numbers than the full game in this spot, bro. If you look at it back to, I don't know how long it'll take you to look at it, but I guarantee you the first quarter, first half are usually the top spots in that quick revenge spot, bro. That's something that I've figured out. So I do think it's going to be a trifecta spot for the Clippers. Like I said, I bet them last night 2.5/3. I still like the 4. I see a Smack City spot. An unpopular opinion. I watched the video a few times, man. I don't know. I think they're gonna be pissed off at Dort. I think you're gonna see Morris come try to take Dort ass out today, man. I mean, I kind of feel like I don't think he did it on purpose. Just the way that he kicked his leg out, I feel like that was a little unnecessary. When you're going up for a rebound, you're going up and down. You don't need to kick your leg out like that. I think they're gonna look back at that video and be pissed off at Dort. I think they finna come for the Thunder's ass in this one, guys. And I think it's early as well. Clippers first quarter -1.5, top spot of the day. I also think the first half and the full game gets there, man. I think this is gonna be a trifecta spot for the Clippers. I think they're gonna be pissed off at the you hurt our fucking guy, and now he out for the rest of the regular season. It's time to go in here and smack y'all ass up, man. Give me the Clippers
Yeah.
here. First quarter, full game. What do you think about first half as well, Ronald?
Yeah, so I just put it up that same trend that I was just talking about when they lose the first game back to back and then there's a
Yeah.
favorite again. So I just brought it up. So the first quarter margin is about three and a half. So minus three. The home team or sorry the favorite team is up typically at the first quarter about 3.5 points. First half is about 7 points, and then in the second half it kind of evens out. They're only a +1 in the second half. So I think you're right about that situation where in this spot here, that quick revenge game after game. It's the first quarter and the first half that has the bigger gap.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And it makes perfect sense because the earliest, that's when the revenge is as fresh as on your mind. See what I'm saying? So give me Clippers in the first quarter -1.5. That's my best bet of the day. Like I said, I did take them -2.5 as well as I still like the 4 though. I see a Smack City spot coming from the Clippers here, Ronald. They've lost all 3 matchups to the Thunder so far this season. I think this is the one finally where the Clippers get done. They shot horribly from 3. The refs were against them last game as well. I think that both of them are due for some positive regression in this one. The Clippers know what they need to do. They got to run the lot faster. You can't wait for these guys to set their defense up. Get the fucking ball going, man. So Clippers, trifecta spot, man. They finna go smack these motherfuckers up.
I'm about to ride with you on that trifecta. I initially only had the full game, but I got you. I'm gonna get with you on that first quarter and first half too.
I'm going trifecta. Like I say, I'll let y'all know what the top spot is. That's the first quarter. But I'm betting first quarter, first half in full game. You can do what you want. I know some people like to just take the first quarter and first half and then see if they're down in the game and then try to live bet it. So you don't have to take the trifecta. But early in this one for the Clippers, that's my top spot. First quarter, first half, and I got money on the full game as well, guys. So let's get this cash, my brothers. 4 games today. We broke them down real nicely, gave out our top bets. Now it's time to recap here, Ronald, my brother. What you liking on tonight's card? Let's get this cash.
Yeah, like this last game here, gonna ride with you on that trifecta on the Clippers. I did take the full game at -3 already last night. Clippers Thunder under. I also took that one as well. Looking towards the Knicks and the Knicks game under. I talked about the Pelicans first half. One of the prop plays that I like, Jarrett Allen double plus a block. That was about +120. So you can get that if you build that yourself. I seen some guys talk about college. I do like Michigan State and also Arkansas today. Michigan State and Arkansas today. Some games tomorrow, but I haven't locked anything in for tomorrow yet. If you guys like the stuff that I talk about, Jay talks about the Let's Cap show, and we break it down a little bit. We kind of give you the resources. Munaf is going to be there today with me. Chris isn't. We've been pretty hot this week. Jay, man, every time you come on too, I always want you to come on because you always be winning when you come on the show.
I gotta pop in.
Yeah, man. Like, so even if you come on just like the first 5 minutes, you just drop your plays. It's just like good luck or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Right after Jay's show, we got Let's Cap on my channel. So if you guys can head over, that would be great.
Yeah, check out my guy, man. Let's Cap on YouTube, man. It's definitely helping you learn exactly how to bet. He shares his screen, let you know exactly what he's doing. I think I want to get there with Arkansas as well. I was born in Arkansas. It's no homer shit, but I low key think UConn I low key think they some frauds, my guys. But I want to take Arkansas, which I didn't even notice that the games today were today, to be honest with you. So I'd like to take Arkansas plus the 4 with you. I'm seeing some of my sharp guys. They taking them on the money line. They taking the +4. So I might put some on Arkansas plus the 4 with you, Ronald. But top spot of the day, Clippers -1.5. I hadn't bet the first half yet, guys, but I'm finna bet the shit right now. I tell you that. That's what I'm finna do. So give me Clippers first quarter, first half. Also like the full game as well. I think I'm looking for a trifecta spot for the Clippers in this one. I do think early is the best bets, but first quarter, first half, but I still like the full game, still need the full game as well. And also the Knicks, like I said, I do have a quarter of a unit on the Knicks -2.5. I want to take them first quarter. I think this is a first quarter type of day. These are the first quarters that I see hitting today. Knicks first quarter, Nets first quarter, Pelicans first quarter, Clippers first quarter, guys. That's what I'm seeing today. And I want to take Arkansas as well, my guys. But yeah, I hadn't been looking at college, to be honest. I'm just trying to get too locked in NBA right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's the show today, man. Guys, hit the like button if you like the show. If you like the info, share the show as well on your social media, man. Couldn't talk you off that. man, let your people know about it as well. Co-workers, friends, family, man, your girlfriend, tell her, hey, subscribe to, you gotta watch this show, man. If you at the sports book, hey, my guy Jay Money here. If y'all trying to get some money, let's take these sports book money together, man. These janky ass sports books, man. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's Us Against the Bookies. We will win today. Let's go. Let's get this cash. We out, man. Let's fucking go. Put the good luck.